Hello there, my name is Rahab. I have been asked to tell you the story of my life. Imagine a city surrounded by walls so strong that no army on earth could break them. A city so confident in its defenses that its people believed they were untouchable. Now imagine that inside those walls lived a woman no one respected, a woman everyone judged, a woman with a past. But what if I told you that I became part of the family line of Jesus Christ himself? I see by your reaction that I am not what you expected. Well, let me tell you something. God's story, it is full of surprises. My name is Rahab. Yes, that Rahab. Once a prostitute, but later the mother of Boaz, the great-great-grandmother of King David, and an ancestor of Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. I was not born into honor. I was an outcast. My own family rejected me. I had no money, no protection, no future. So I did what I had to do to survive. I sold my body to the men who passed through our city. Jericho was a powerful city in those days. Merchants traveled from distant lands. Trade flowed through its gates. The markets were always full. Gold, spices, silk, animals. Jericho was rich. But then, the rumors started. At first, they were whispers. Travelers spoke of a strange people crossing the wilderness. A people led by a mysterious God. A living God. Then we heard the first unbelievable story. They said this God had parted the Red Sea. An entire ocean had opened, so his people could walk across dry land. And when the Egyptian army followed, the waters returned and swallowed them whole. No one believed it. But the stories kept coming. Then we heard something even more frightening. Two powerful kings ruled east of the Jordan River. King Sihon, King Og. Their armies were feared by everyone. But the Israelites defeated them, destroyed them completely. When the news reached Jericho, fear spread through the city like fire. Our warriors grew nervous. Our king became restless, but something else was happening inside me, deep in my heart. I knew something. These people were different. Their gobble was real. One night, two men came to my house. At first, I assumed they were like all the others. Men looking for pleasure. Men looking for sex. But I quickly realized they were not ordinary travelers. They were Israelites, spies sent by their leader, Joshua. They had come to study our defenses. And somehow, they chose my house. But someone had seen them. The king of Jericho received word. And soon, soldiers arrived at my door. "Bring out the men who came to you tonight. They are spies." At that moment, I had a choice. Turn them in or protect them. I remembered the stories, the Red Sea, the defeated kings, the power of their God. And I made my decision. I hid the spies on my roof, beneath piles of drying flax. Then I told the king's soldiers, yes, the men came here, but they left before the city gates closed. If you hurry, you might catch them. The soldiers rushed out of the city, and the gates slammed shut behind them. When the soldiers were gone, I climbed to the roof. The spies waited quietly beneath the flax, and I said something no one in Jericho had the courage to say. I know that the Lord has given this land to you. We have heard how the Lord dried up the Red Sea. We know what you did to the kings Sihon and Og. And when we heard these things, our hearts melted with fear. For the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on the earth below. I believed before the walls ever fell. I asked the spies for mercy. I have protected you. Now promise me something. When your army comes, spare my family. Spare my father. Spare my mother, spare my brothers. Spare my sisters. Everyone who belongs to us. The spies agreed, but they gave her one condition. You must tie a scarlet cord in your window. When we see the cord, we will know this house is under our protection, and everyone inside it will be saved. The spies escaped by climbing down the wall using a rope from my window. My house was built into the city wall. Before the spies left, they gave one final instruction. Gather your family into this house, and do not leave. The waiting was the hardest part. I went to my family. I begged them to come. But they laughed. Jericho's walls are unbreakable. Nothing can defeat us. Day after day I warned them. Slowly, one brother came, then another, then a sister. Finally, my father said, "We will all stay here together." Outside the walls, the Israelites arrived. For 6 days, they marched around the city, once each day. On the 7th day, the Israelites marched around the city 7 times. Then something happened that no one expected. Trumpets blasted, the people shouted, and the impossible happened. The massive walls of Jericho collapsed. Stone crashed. Dust filled the air. Soldiers rushed into the city. Inside my house, my family huddled together. Fear gripped them. Then came a loud pounding on the door. They expected death, but instead, 2 familiar faces stood there. The spies. They led me and my entire family safely out of the city. Jericho burned, but I and my family lived. But that was not the greatest miracle. I married an Israelite man named Salmon. We had a son named Boaz. Boaz later married Ruth. Generations passed. King David was born, and many years later, a child named Jesus entered the world. And Rahab, the woman once rejected by society, became part of the family line of the Savior of the world. God is the master of surprises. He sees what others cannot. He takes broken lives and turns them into masterpieces. If God could use me, Rahab, He can use you. Maybe your past feels too messy. Maybe others have written you off. But remember this: God specializes in surprising people. And sometimes, the people He surprises the most are the ones the world least expects. Make your story great. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can discover the powerful stories of the Bible. And remember, God still writes unexpected stories today. Thank you for watching.